Welcome to Unswaddled, the Nurture by Naps podcast, hosted by real moms and real nurses, offering up honest and uncensored pregnancy and parenting advice. And now your hosts, the co-founders of Naps and Nurture by Naps, board-certified lactation consultants, and mothers to a small girl gang, Emily Silver, a family nurse practitioner, and Jamie O'Day, a registered nurse.
Hey guys, it's Emily and Jamie.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Excited to have you guys back.
We were thinking about talking about a day in the life of maternity leave.
Yeah, this is
how we got on this, probably with my mom group.
It's the moms
last
groups,
week.
right? So in our and Emily and I did this ourselves on our maternity leaves, and we'll save for another episode how I really smartened up by the time I took my third maternity leave. But the expectation that we set for ourselves of what we're supposed to accomplish on maternity leave each day while we're trying to keep another human being alive.
I know.
And sometimes that actually means like not taking really good care of ourselves. I think it's the culture that we live in. We've set the bar really, really high. And it's so fucking unrealistic, the expectation that our society and our culture has set for ourselves, and subsequently we have set for ourselves. And I just want to change the narrative on what the expectation is for what you should be getting done every day on maternity leave.
Well, I know. So I had this mom last week describe to me her day, and she just felt like she was missing something, right? Yeah. She was missing something. And so then it got me thinking about myself, and I started telling her about my maternity leave, especially with Grace, my first, where if you guys are in it, you understand it, or if you've been there, like you just feel like you're doing a million things all day long. Mm-hmm. And the day can feel really, really long at times. Like you look at the clock and you're like, oh my God, it's only like 9 a.m. Yeah. What if I I didn't even drink my coffee yet. Right. It's cold. Right. Like what's happening? So the day feels weirdly long.
But I remember there were other days that all of a sudden it'd be 3 o'clock and I'm like, holy shit, it's 3.
It's 3 o'clock.
In like a good way, like relieved, like, okay, my husband will be home soon, but also like, fuck, I haven't even fucking done anything today.
Well, that's where it was. Like for me, It was that the day would just feel like so long, and I would be breastfeeding, pumping, trying to throw like baby laundry in. I don't even know. I don't know what I did all day, honestly. Right. And I also have many times where it would be 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I would feel like a little shaky. And I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't even eat yet. Right. Yeah. But then AJ, my husband, would always walk in the door at the same time every night. And maybe it was like 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Right. That would be the moment where I would all of a sudden feel like the day then had gone by so fast. And I always remember the poor guy, he would just come in the door and say to me, what did you do today? Yeah. He would say, what did you do today? Yeah. Not like, how are you? Or how was your day? And he wasn't judging me on what I did. He just was making fucking conversation. Right. He would walk in the door and say, what did you do today? Yeah. And I took that as this like personal attack of like, what did you do today? Yeah. And I would look around the house, see all the dishes in the sink, all the shit on the coffee table, bottles, diapers, all sorts of crap, laundry in the dryer. I didn't make dinner, forget that. Right. And I took it as like, what did Emily do today? And I took it as this like personal attack of, or not even an attack. I would just feel bad about myself and be like, I don't know what I did all day. I mean, looking like fed the baby all day long. Like maybe I got outside one time. Looking back, and I tell moms all this all the time, I made up this giant story in my head that he was asking me what I did all day. And I probably could have just said to him, when you get home, can you just say to me instead, how are you feeling? How was your day? Yeah. Because then I think I probably bit his head off sometimes too. Right. He was just asking me like how my day was.
Right. I mean, I think part of the problem with the things that we do on maternity leave is that some of this stuff feels a little bit like invisible work in the sense of like, God. If you're breastfeeding to feed your baby, like you don't have much to show for it except that like you have a well-fed, like happy baby, right? And sometimes not even happy.
Probably a lot of you don't even think your kid's well-fed or happy.
Like
I am breastfeeding and it's a nightmare.
I mean, even with pumping, right? It's like, well, okay, I pumped today, but it's like, are you just going to like, could you imagine like pulling bags of breast milk like out of the fridge to be like, this is what I did today, right? So it's like
bags.
It feels like,
or if you're triple feeding and you're pumping and nothing's coming out,
right?
But you got to do it anyway,
right?
You got fucking nothing to show for it.
Literally, you feel like you have nothing to show for it. Yeah. So it feels like I just think that a lot of the things that we're actually doing, which we're doing, these are active things that we're doing to take care of ourselves, to take care of our baby. You don't really. It feels like you don't have a lot to show for it. Which like comes back to the point of we need to reset our expectations for what our days look like, right? So like I think, and I felt like this on my maternity leave, with my first. My thought was like my maternity leave was I was going to have like all this time and maybe I would like, read some books or watch some shows. Yeah. I always had like books on my maternity leave. Read some books or watch some shows or like meet up with a friend or go for walks or like drink my coffee and be able to shower and blow dry my hair
and see everybody.
Yeah. And I think I actually think that this is like the culture that we've set up, right? Because everybody on fucking social media is out in their pre-pregnancy fucking jeans with their hair blown out and their makeup on and their baby all cute in their fucking carrier. And that's the picture that they've posted on Instagram. But the piece that we're missing
is the reality
of like to actually for that to happen,
right?
To get out that door, there was at least one, shit up the back, right? There were probably some tears while you were like trying on 8 different types of clothes to find something that you don't feel like totally gross in.
There was a meltdown trying to click the car seat into the stroller and get 100%. It out the door.
Yes. Unfolding the stroller. Like, so my point being, don't create expectations around a snippet of information that you're seeing in other people's lives, right? Because it's literally just a snapshot into their lives. Instead, let's reset the bar to truly, and I don't want you guys to view this as lowering your expectations. I want you guys to view this as like, this is actually what I, as a professional, expect of you as a new parent or an experienced parent on maternity leave. And my expectation of you as a parent on maternity leave is that your baby is there for you to love, and you are present to love yourself, right? And that's it, right? So take the pressure off of yourself of all the other things. If your baby is just present for you to love and you are there for you to give yourself some self-compassion and love, and that's the expectation that we're doing that for ourselves and for our baby every day, then everything else, you guys, everything else is a gold star.
Gold star.
Right? You pat yourself on the back if you change your clothes.
Right.
Or take a shower.
Yeah.
Right? Or go for a walk or drink your coffee.
Load the dishwasher, maybe.
Right.
At best.
So really, you guys, what we're talking about, it's not lowering your expectations. It's resetting your expectations to what maternity leave should actually look like.
It is taking care of you and the baby.
Yeah.
So like when AJ walked in and was like, what did you do all day? When really, he really just meant, how are you?
How was your day?
Right. I really should just say, I fed the baby. I fed myself. The baby slept. I tried to sleep myself.
Right.
The baby peed. I peed and changed my pads. Right. Like that is like the day. The day is like taking care of, you've got to take care of yourself the same way you're taking care of the baby.
Right.
You just gave birth.
Yep.
Right. The day is breastfeeding, pumping, drinking your water, feeding yourself, the time it takes to go to the bathroom and like take care of everything down there and like sitz baths and like soaking your bum and putting on new pads, changing your nursing tank top.
Yeah.
I mean, a shower is like I think a shower is a gold star.
A shower is like 5 gold stars. I showered like every 4 days.
The shower is 5 gold stars. Changing your nursing tank.
Basic human needs are 1 gold star. Going to the bathroom, eating, gold star. You do anything beyond that, it's like 3 or 4 or 5 gold stars. But really like, and it's just resetting that expectation. And to Emily's point, like one strategy that I really like if you're having a hard time with with this concept, right? Of like the day ends and you're like, fuck, I don't feel like I got anything done today, right? Or I don't have anything to show.
My partner's working all day and I'm here all day. So like I should be able to do the laundry. I should be able to prepare the dinner. I should be able to, what are all the things my husband does? Unload the dishwasher.
So if you're having a hard time, like actually like conceptualizing to this, right? So maybe your partner is coming home and asking you, you know, how your day was or what you did today, and you're having a hard time with not having a response to that. One strategy that I actually really like to talk to parents about is every day while you're sort of like learning this process, right? Every day, maybe it's the night before, maybe it's the morning of, ask yourself 3 really simple questions, and it'll actually make like when the end of the day comes easier. And those questions are, what am I going to do today? What am I not going to do today? And what am I going to ask for help with today? And I actually want to break down those 3 questions so you can understand how to utilize them in a way that's actually going to be helpful for you, right? So what am I going to do today? Can be something as simple as I'm going to change my clothes.
Yep.
Or I'm going to go for a walk around the block. Or I am going to take a shower.
It's
right?
one thing.
It's one thing though.
One.
Right? So that again, when your partner comes home, if they're like AJ and ask the question of like, what did you do today? You can say like, I took a shower. I went for a walk, right? Like you actually have something tangible, and it has to be a goal that is achievable, right? So if you haven't been able to get out for a walk yet, or you've been meaning to work out, but you haven't done it yet, day 1, you're not starting with getting in a workout, right? Day 1, you're starting with like changing your clothes into your workout clothes. Yeah. Right. And then maybe day 2 is changing your clothes into the workout clothes and going for a 10-minute walk.
Right.
Right. And then maybe day 3 is changing into your workout clothes, going for the 10-minute walk and stretching when you get home. Right. Like you can't jump into the workout.
Instead of going for the long walk, just say, go outside.
Yes.
Go out on your deck.
Yes.
Or on your front porch, breathe some air, come back in.
Exactly.
Really simple.
Very simple.
More equals gold stars.
Correct. So that's the, what am I going to do today?
This is my favorite.
The second, but I would argue the more important question is, what am I not going to do today?
It's my favorite. What am I not going to do?
I love this question because, so let's use the example of like the laundry on the dining room table.
That's always like for me, the laundry. I'm not going to do the laundry.
Right.
I hate doing the laundry.
Right. So like you have the pile of laundry on the dining room table and it's been there for 5 days and it hasn't been folded.
Before you delivered.
Right. And you look at the laundry at the end of every day and you're like, fuck, didn't fold the laundry again.
I suck again.
Right.
Another day, I didn't do it.
But if you wake up in the morning and tell yourself you're not going to fold the laundry today, then you don't look at the laundry at the end of the day and you're like, fuck, that's one more thing I didn't get done today.
This is like my favorite one for my mom's survival guide groups. My moms are like, love saying what they're not going to do.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Yes.
And then at the end of the night, when you didn't do it, you get to like, you smile at yourself a little bit because you have this shit and you're like, I never said I was going to do that.
Yeah. I even had time to do it and I said I wasn't going to do it. So I didn't do it. I did something else
and I did it.
Yeah. I did something for myself instead. Right. So do not ignore question 2, like fully buy into question 2. And then the third thing, and we'll talk more about asking for help because this is again, like a topic for a whole nother episode, but I want you to start thinking about
time of episodes.
Seriously. I want you to think about what you can ask for help with today. Right. So like the example that I like to use is I'm not going to do the laundry today. And then the question is, what am I going to ask for help with today? And I actually you can be like, I'm actually going to ask for somebody to fold the laundry for me. Right. Yeah. So not only is it something you're not going to do, but you're going to outsource it to somebody else. So asking for help can look like a bunch of different things, right? Like it can look like asking your partner to pick up dinner on the way home.
Well, that's what I was going to say. My asking for help is usually to get me out of doing something else.
Totally.
Right. So like I'll say, I'm not going to fold the laundry, and asking for help, I'm going to ask AJ to pick up a pizza on the way home.
Right.
Now I don't have to fold the laundry or make dinner.
Yeah.
Look at me go.
I mean, it's also it's also thinking about the things that you just fucking hate doing. Like stop doing the shit that you hate doing.
I know.
And just ask for help with somebody to do that. So maybe a lot of times we have clients that have like a dog at home, right? And they feel really bad that they the dog used to go out like 3 or 4 times a day and they would do the hour walk.
Are like me and my husband in our first. He was like, well, we can cancel the dog walker because you'll be home on maternity leave. No, I mean, that quickly turned into and we live in the city, by the way, so we don't have a yard. So walking the dog is like literally you've got to go out for a walk.
Yeah.
Quickly learn like that needed to be outsourced.
Right. So asking for help can be like, maybe you really are, having a neighbor or a company or whatever, like walk the dog.
Right.
Maybe it is actually like outsourcing instead of going grocery shopping, like you're doing, an Instacart order, if you're in a city, or maybe you can pre-order groceries at a grocery store and you're having having your partner pick it up on the way home. Outsourcing it might be
a cleaning lady, maybe someone that can come up clean and tidy up once a week.
Right. Or asking a family member or friend for help with that, right? Like maybe somebody wants to come and visit. And again, we'll talk about the difference between visitors versus helpers, but somebody wants to come and visit. And when they come, like maybe you're asking for help for them to, load or unload the dishwasher, for them to, help you, clean up a room or organize a closet or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like where can you actually get help? And we mentioned like some paid services, right? So is it that you're actually going to pay somebody to come in and help you? Is it that you're just going to ask your circle of people, so a family member or friend, or your partner to come in and help you? Maybe it is just, what am I going to ask for help for today? Like maybe have been having a really hard time from, a mental health perspective, and I'm going to call the friend.
Right.
And maybe ask that friend to check on me on a regular basis, or maybe schedule a time to always talk to that friend or go for a walk with that friend. Right. So asking for help with something can look different for everybody, but I just wanted to give you guys some ideas for these 3 questions.
Right. And that's going to help you reset your expectation, because we can't just sit here and be like, reset your expectations, stop looking at Instagram, stop worrying about that you're home all day, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like actually doing these 3 things, right? What am I going to do today? What am I not going to do today? What am I going to ask for help for? Forces you to not only like go ahead and like tick the boxes and do it, but that is what's going to make you reset your basic expectations.
Right. And understanding that the goal of maternity leave isn't getting all of these tangible things done, getting all the things done where you have something to show for it. The goal of maternity leave is just for your baby to be present, for you to love, and for you to show yourself some love and some self-compassion. And that's it, right? That's your baseline standard. And anything beyond that, you guys, anything beyond that, gold star. Like tag us on Instagram with your fucking gold stars.
Yeah.
So that people know what maternity leave actually looks like. Like gold star, drink my water and had my square meal, my 1 square meal today. Like gold star.
My 1 square meal. I hope we can get you guys to eat more.
I'll definitely get to eat more. But gold star, like went for the walk. Gold star, changed into the workout clothes and didn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? So we want to hear from you guys about how resetting your expectations is going, what that looks like for you and how it feels, because it should start to feel just a little bit better. It's not going to feel great.
Well, you won't be defensive like me when your husband, God bless him, asks you what you did all day. You can just say like, this is what I did.
This is what I did.
And it felt great.
Yeah. So let us know how that's going. We want to hear from you guys.
I know.
And tune in next week.
Yeah.
See you soon.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, check out our other virtual and in-person offerings. For more information, meet us over at nurturebynaps.com and on Instagram and Facebook, where our handle is Nurture by Naps. We can't wait to see you there.